Today we're going to be talking about retention. Every single business on the planet, whether you're a restaurant, a car dealership, a Medicare agency, has retention or loyalty as its heart and soul. When you get a new customer, how can you keep that customer for life? And this is particularly important in insurance because when you retain members, that's actually recurring revenue, recurring commission year after year. So as we've gotten deeper into this industry, it's been really shocking to us that a lot of agencies still function as traditional sales organizations, where there's really two touch points with the customer. There's when you sell them initially, and then when you renew them. Now we're in a world where people are constantly inundated with contact from various people trying to sell them various things, especially when we look at AEP, and they're now being contacted by several other agencies. They're also being targeted by ads with ladies with big glasses on, etc. They can be misled, and we don't want that to happen. We want them to feel utmost confidence that you are their trusted licensed advisor for life. And the way we see it, it all starts with demonstrating that you know who they are. Currently, the status quo with this type of a setup is that when your members don't hear from you, they keep shopping. So by engaging with them constantly, we can make sure that they can utilize their benefits more effectively. They understand their benefits more effectively. And more importantly, when you demonstrate that you know them well, they also get to know you well. And therefore, when they get a call from another agency or they see an ad, they call you first. So let's talk about how careCycle helps out with retention. Now, as a licensed agent, whether you're an independent agent or you're a large call center, it's incredibly difficult to justify the additional hours for licensed agents to spend reaching out to their existing clients when they could be producing more. And that's kind of this central conflict, this central tension that we want to alleviate. We've seen some agencies in the past hire dedicated customer service teams. The challenge here is these are seen as cost centers rather than revenue centers. And it's very difficult to attribute. It's very difficult to know operationally when to scale that up. Now, AI really flips that calculus on its head. So with the retention suite of careCycle, we're flipping this paradigm. So folks hear from you when you sell them a policy, of course, but they also hear afterward in the form of a welcome call. The welcome call is the first touch point to reassure them that you are in fact their licensed agent, recap their next steps that they can expect, things like receiving the package in the mail with their summary of benefits, their information about their plan in the next 10 to 14 business days, as well as providing the first opportunity for them to ask any questions or concerns that they have so we can address them proactively. Now, if they ask a benefits-related question, benefits or coverage, careCycle is going to reference their summary of benefits or evidence of coverage to answer that question on the spot. Now, this alone is a huge opportunity when we think back to the context of a restaurant or a car dealership, any kind of business. When you sell someone something, and then you immediately provide them above and beyond service with an instant question or an instant answer to their question, you're immediately going to stick in their mind a little bit more. Now, if something such as providers come up, that's where we have mechanisms in place to tap either a customer service rep or a licensed agent to address that question async without taking time and valuable resources away from allowing that agent to produce and continue to sell policies. Next touch point is approval check-in. So the policy has just gone effective. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could just call every member the day their policy goes effective to see how they're doing and remind them how to make the most of their plan? Well, that's exactly what this does. So we check in with them about things like, did you receive your package in the mail from the carrier? This is a simple opportunity to uncover potential issues with policies, right? Maybe there was an issue with the app. Maybe their address was wrong. Maybe they didn't receive the package. Straight away, we're proactively addressing an issue that could keep that policy from being used or going active. And more importantly, we're keeping them from being confused and shopping around with other agencies for other plans. Next, we ask things like, have you booked your first appointment with PCP? If the plan has OTC benefits, here's a few things that you can use your OTC card for. We recommend that you stop by your local pharmacy today and get something nice, right? Just simple reminders like this, touch points that traditionally you don't really have much time for when your only resources are human. From there, there's various things we can do that we really take from the best field agents in the industry. Things like personalized birthday calls. These things are kind of the icing on top, you could say, where there are additional touch points that keep you top of mind throughout the year between enrollment periods, and just remind folks that there is a place that they can call 24/7 if they have any questions, and that you are here to help them get the most out of their benefits and always make sure that they have the best plan for their needs, right? So this is really all in the interest of creating some semblance of brand recognition. Most telephonic industries in the B2C space lack a lot of brand recognition. Unless you're in a great position with your in-house O&O marketing, you do a lot of brand marketing, chances are you rely heavily on third-party traffic, which by definition is generic. So this customer might see an ad on Facebook, they end up calling, and that call gets sent to you, you saw the policy. 2 days later, do they really remember the first name of their licensed agent? Do they really remember the name of your agency? And if the answer is no, then how can you really be sure in your heart of hearts that when they get a call from another agency, they're not mistaking them for you, or just taking the call in general to explore more benefits, right? You need to reassure them, just like back in the field agent days when they would spend 3 hours at the kitchen table with folks, that you are their person, and that if anyone else calls them, they can maybe hear them out and they can explore and they can learn, but ultimately they're going to come back to you as their trusted advisor. That's what the retention suite is all about. I'll just leave it there for now.